Minecraft is here. Something is wrong. Very wrong. I lost the map. I was able to restore it with a backup, but it turns out that in the span of 3 or so episodes, I made so much progress that this map is not even recognizable as the map that it used to be. As a matter of fact, the sky base that was once here no longer is. However, there is one thing I want to check, and that is to see if the mob spawner is still here. Because if it is, it'll determine how I progress. It's through here. Go down here. Nope, it's not here. Well, it's here. I know the terrain generation means that it's there, but I also really don't want to rebuild that farm. So, I have an idea. Instead of continuing here, which we could do, and there's nothing stopping me from doing so, I want to go back to when I had everything. I want to know how much of the stuff actually broke. Wow, we didn't even have the entrance to the farm here yet. For those wondering what version, we should be on hard mode. I apologize. Damn, these frames are crazy. Genuinely, what the hell? I don't even have Optifine or anything. This is vanilla. So, in order to make it somewhat fair, I'm gonna go back to where we were, back in the olden days. And to do so, I broke the bed. All I need to do now is walk in this direction, and we're gonna do a test. Do I actually make the walk all the way back? I have to go to 0, 0, which is where the old base was. So, am I able to, on hard mode, make it to 0, 0? Or will I die and spawn at the base anyways? I'm very curious. The only issue I have with this is the lag. This is going to lag a lot. There's also a ocean that I have to traverse as well. I guess to be fair, I'll make a boat. Okay, so at least I know when I'm generating hella chunks, there is lag to be had. But it's not a lot. I probably should have taken the food with me, just to make the challenge more interesting. Because as it is, most likely what's gonna happen is I die of hunger. But maybe that's the fun part. This episode, we run back to the base. And we do it. Okay, this migration thing failed. This is why you always make backups, guys. I used to do like a backup every 10 episodes. No, that's not happening. I'm making a backup after every episode I record from now on. Just genuinely. It do be like that. Oh, come on, that one wasn't fair. He just spawned right there. Jokes aside, this seed is pretty cool. I like it a lot. Dude, this map had 1.20 terrain in it. And now that'll be gone. Why did I lose the world? Well, I upgraded my computer. And at some point during that upgrade, it corrupted a lot of files. And you see, if the files get corrupted, then I can't play on them. So I need the files to play the game, because without the files, well, I can't play the game. Grab my workbench. Oh, it feels good to not have to time my clicks. Okay, good. Great. 3 wool and 3 wooden planks, don't mind at night. I think this will be a very interesting episode. Because I promise you, episode 30, originally, the plan for this was to, I kid you not, fix the mob farm so that I would have infinite foods. But that's clearly not gonna happen anymore. Gotta be kidding me. Can I make it, guys? Can I make it to 0, 0? I think this will be a very exciting episode. It kind of reminds me of those old, like, make it to the Farlands videos. I think that'll be cool. Because in a way, I wanted to do a Farlands trip, but then I realized it would actually take like 7 years, and I wasn't about to do that. I guess this is how you guys see if I can, for real, survive a trip in this game. It's funny how once the more we keep loading chunks, the more the frames go to hell. Oh, I think we're almost there, because we find this fake testificate village because this is actually not considered a village, and yet the building is there. That's because that terrain was generated in, I believe in 1.0, but then once we hit 1.1, the update kind of destroyed that. I'm trying to remember the specifics behind this section, because if this is the fake testificate village, the portal get home is nearby. Dude, this game is running so well right now. Oh, it's a real testificate village now, or maybe it always was one. I don't know. Sorry. There it is. The road home. You know what? That's boring. We're not doing that. I think taking that portal home is cheating. Okay, we're gonna take the real trip. We're gonna go all the way through this ocean. I made a boat after all. We have our reeds. We have a cacti farm. Let's go. We're going on our way to the fabled 00. I haven't generated anything in this direction, so I'm very curious to see what appears. Okay, at least it's not actually like 1,000 blocks of nothing. At least we're going to something. I'm curious to see if the terrain update destroyed the base and turned it into a winter wonderland, like what happened in the original progression series. Because if so, I think that'd be very sad, but it would be very cool. Wow, the FPS really does tank when I generate a bunch of chunks, doesn't it? Crazy. Look at that. It's 92. Ooh, cows. Okay. You can keep going. I actually really like this environment. It looks cool. I'm probably gonna stay in this version for a while. Because I realized I don't care about the new updates. I think 1.2.5 is my cutoff point. 1.8.9 is cool. By that point, you have like the villager shit, and I mean, it's just not for me. To me, this is when I started having a lot of fun with the game. 1.3, we had to make so many rolls with ender pearls in minigames because they glitched like hell. So probably if you're gonna watch Zeno plays, it's gonna be in this timeline, 1.2.5. Like, for a survival series, I think that's a bit unique. It's not 1.0 like everyone does. It's not 1.8.9, which is what all the PvPers do. It's not the modern game. It's just a version I really like. If we can get some support for version 1.2.5, like shaders and stuff, oh, that'd be sick. Because this is basically, the game is finished. They ironed out some of the bugs from 1.0, and now it still feels like old Minecraft. But we have villagers, but they don't have their true purpose. It's just a different build. We have some really nice terrain generation, and I just really like this era a lot. So I'm probably gonna stick to this. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the kind of person I've become in my age. But I don't be fucking with the newer versions of this game that much. I don't be liking these super old versions that much. The inf-dev stuff is cool, but the water physics are just so bad that I don't really want to interact with it that much. Overall, I'm very excited about the future of this series. I know I don't sound excited because, well, it's Minecraft, okay? I'm not like the machinima YouTubers who would go, oh my god, it's sheep! And stuff like that. Oh, we finally found chunk errors. Cool. That means we have found old terrain, or at the very least, somewhat old terrain. Ooh, pumpkins, let's get those. This is actually the update that introduced jungles, so if I find one, maybe we can get some melons or something. Actually, I don't even think melons were in jungles yet. Damn, how the time has passed. How the time has passed. What did I say in that episode? Life has changed. Our time has ended. Our lives are over. Okay. We've made it to a point where the only thing left to look forward to is to work and make money so that we can buy shit like houses and cars and then wait it out until we die. I do hope to one day find love, but I also know that it's possible, it just doesn't happen. Who knows? I am really enjoying myself right now though. Oh. 00. That's where I need to go to. Oh yeah. The game has forced the world to become a winter wonderland the closer we get to 00. I can see the chunk errors now, which means that at some point I got this far, that I like strip mine for ages at one point. I might actually have a base here, like built into a mountain where I went strip mining for hours. That is possible. Cool. Maybe I should do SMP. I have 2 people I want to invite. Their names are... Well, I'll give you their first name because you can't get anything off just that. We could do SMP with them. We might even invite David to it. Really just for fun. And that would be my excuse to play the modern game. Because... Oh yeah, we finally got to... This is pre 1.0 terrain then. Okay, we finally found beta terrain. So, the better world gen. Well, actually, I think that like 1.1.1 alpha gen has really cool terrain. But it's not the same. There was supposed to be a second Minecraft progression series on the channel to replace the first one, but in my corruption lifestyle, mwahahaha, those files got corrupted, and so that playthrough will be cancelled. That also explains why there's just 2 days in my schedule where I just don't upload anything. Those were supposed to be progression episodes. I'm making great progress on the walking though. I want to say to the young men out there, think that, but in the back of your mind, you must treat that as if it were false. Think in your mind that you're enough, but act as though you aren't. If you don't think you're making enough money, find a way to do so, because in this economy, it's freedom. The more money you have, the more things you can do. Save up money if you're struggling. Don't get anything that you absolutely do not need. Make sure that if you have money, to use it wisely. Make your money work for you. Always do that. If you find love, do everything in your power not to lose it. However, if it fails, do not try to rekindle something that has no candle wax. The match has already been lit. It won't light up again. to always look at the bright side. And while it's true that it can always get worse, it can also always get better. So don't give up. Keep going. It's precious. And you only have one of them. I understand things are difficult and that not everyone has the capacity to succeed. But if you do not let your efforts, your talent, your passion go to waste. That doesn't mean that you have to be passionate about your job. The truth is the majority of people don't even like their job, but it pays money. If you have a job, especially currently, and you aren't trying to look for another job, do everything not to lose it. If you're not making enough, then do everything to look for another job. Make sure that you give your 2 weeks notice so that you have a good recommendation letter to give to people. Try. I don't know if it's gonna get harder or easier, but do everything in your power to get land as soon as possible. Because once you have land, you create a foundation. And if you create a foundation, then you're unstoppable. And I know that sounds unattainable, but it can be done. I know it can be done. I've seen it be done. Is it rare? Of course. Furthermore, while I do hope to uplift you, there is one negative sour point that I have to stress. Not everybody deserves a happy life. Everybody deserves the right to pursue a happy life, but you don't deserve a happy life. If you want a happy life, okay, I want you to be hungry for a happy life. I want you to dedicate all of your passion, all of your heat into seeking said life. Don't worry about what others think. Think for yourself. Make sure to always verify. Always trust yourself, but don't become arrogant. Because the world is a tough place, and I need you to have the desire to succeed. Because if you succeed, and you succeed with good intentions, then the world by itself becomes a better place. The more people succeed, the better the world is. The less people succeed, the worse it is. However, if less people are succeeding, and you're one of the ones that do, you'll find that life becomes even better than what I described. Don't fall for that trap. Uplift your fellow man. Do everything in your power to help each other. And I'm not talking about donation to charity. I'm talking about community outreach. Go meet your neighbors. Talk to them. Learn about who lives next to you. You need to have some sort of connection. Okay? The HOA have plans in their creation to diversify housing so that you're less likely to create a group. After all, there's something called in-group bias in human behavior. And I know it's difficult, but you have to fight against it. You must learn about the people around you. Because if you know, and you have a strong community, then you can never be divided. If your community is weak, then at the first sign of trouble, everything falls apart. I don't know about the watchability of this episode, but what I do know is that time waits for no one. You must never stop. Always keep going. Why don't you stop? Is it because you're afraid of what will happen if you do? The answer is yes. Even when faced with insurmountable odds, even when shown that your likelihood of success is 0 or near 0, why do you not stop? Because that is when you fail. We found a jungle on the way home. Cool. Ah, no, it's one of those. Look at that chunk error piece of shit right here. That means that the jungle didn't fully load. Let's just check at a glance. Did we see melons anywhere? As a matter of fact, I don't even think melons generated yet on these, but it's good to know that it exists. It's great to know that it exists. This is the last thing that I want out of Minecraft. This is the last update I truly liked. 1.8.9 I liked a lot, and I played it a lot. But thinking back, that's because my friends were playing back then. Whoa, shit. Yep. New versus old terrain. Time was your ally, but it has forsaken you. I believe in you. I once told someone, thank you for believing in me. And that day, I became a better person. And I hope to continue improving in life. And I believe you can too. Oh, I forgot to get a sapling. It's time to get a sapling. What is this generation error here? The hell happened? You know, times like this, I really see why Japanese media romanticizes the high school and college eras, especially high school. That's because that's the era where, really, assuming you don't go to college, even if you do go to college, this is still kind of true. This is the last era you really have to make true, lifelong friends. It's the last era you really have before you become a worker drone. Now, obviously, I'm not saying you're stuck as a worker drone. One of the benefits of living in a capitalist system is that you become a capitalist. And by virtue of being a capitalist, you could start your own business, you could create a partnership, an LLC, there's a lot of things you could do. And that's great. I do believe that is great. That's a great thing about America. However, the reason not everyone can do it is because the probability of success is low. So you need to find out what you're good at. If it fills a niche, then exploit it. Exploit it for everything it's worth. Because in this era, you need to make as much money as humanly possible. Why? For your own freedom, could potentially attract a mate so that you can buy houses and cars, transportation, okay? Life is difficult. No one ever said it would be easy. But even if you followed the roadmap, you go to school, go to college, get an internship, then get a job, and have a good life, even life undergoes power creep. Now you need even more to do well. What it took to be successful 50 years ago is no longer enough. You need to do more. Competition breeds favorable, successful outcomes. And while it sucks to hear that, I really do get it. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. And I hate to admit it, but the truth is, as men, no one cares about you complaining at all. Can you do it or can you not? That's the challenge. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop buying games you don't need. I guarantee you have a fucking backlog that you could play until the end of your days. Unless like you really want it and you know you have the money and don't give a shit, then cool. Go ahead. It's a free country. I think the strongest ones are the ones who can quit it all. TV, video games, pornography. If you can quit all of that, that's very impressive. Overeating, indulgence. Those who can exist without any of those have the strongest mindset. And I believe that's admirable in some sense. Now, I'm not all in on the game's bad argument, but I respect people who don't play games. I respect people who don't watch TV. A very useful skill to have in this day, however. Literacy. Read a book. I'm not talking about some freaking light novel, in another world type shit. No, I mean read an actual book on economic theory, or world history, or politics, or something is a part of the world. Investment, okay? Read a book on investing. You'll be surprised how much you can. And if you don't have time to read, then I'll help you make time. The answer is simple. Audiobooks. Whenever you're in your car, instead of listening to whatever trash Hollywood has put out recently, because to be honest, Hollywood hasn't been good since the freaking... And even then, it wasn't great. I think it wasn't great. I don't think it was great. So outside of that, go read something that you can learn a skill. Learn a trade. If you don't have a college education, get your GED, if you don't have that as well. And then check out a trade. Carpentry, machinery, construction, plumbing. There's a lot of jobs you can do. You don't always need a college experience. Being an electrician is dangerous, but it pays well. It's not that 100K bullshit that a lot of people say. It's not, unless you're the top percent. But it does pay very well, and it will make your life easier. Don't quit your job if you hate your job. Only quit your job if it's actually detrimental. Deal with it, okay? I hate to say this, but it's true. As men, you must learn to suffer in silence. And it sucks, I know, but that's just the way things are. If you're able to keep a level head on you, not break out into emotional tirades, you will be more successful in the long run. Stay calm, stay collected, stay as close to objective as you can be. And I say as close to because as humans, we are imperfect. And being imperfect as we are prone to making errors. Which sucks, but can't be helped, really. In famous words, it is what it is. And you either deal with it, or you fail. And that's as simple as it gets. Now we can leave. Back to the trip. I don't even know if I'm gonna leave in that little, I guess, soliloquy. I don't know if I'll leave it there. Most likely I'll leave it in. I guess that's a message to the men out there. You can do it. I believe in you. You know, visually, Minecraft is beautiful. The more I look at it, it just looks so nice to me. And I don't know why. I just really like it. I think so. When did the winter come in the original series? Was that in pre-release or 1.0? I don't remember. By original series, I don't mean season 1 because fuck no. And I definitely don't mean progression because, not progression, season 0 because that was such a different version of who I am that I don't even like to say that I did season 0. Someone from the past did season 0 and it wasn't me, because saying I did season 0 feels bad. It really does, because it doesn't really feel like me. Because I know it's not me. It's just not the kind of person I am. I wouldn't make a video series like that anymore. Who knows? Who knows indeed? We found it. We're home. We made it. Whoa. I just got goosebumps on my arms. A strong feeling that I haven't felt before, or more accurately, haven't felt in a while, has taken over me. In a way, I feel like a kid again, yet I'm not. Don't ever lose sight of this person. Always make sure that you can enjoy life. Because if you can't enjoy life, then what's the point? Look for something, find something, enjoy life. I know that the world has changed, but I believe in you. I do. Damn. We're here, in the jungle biome. Cool. Yeah, I guess some of the chests would be glitched, huh? It's okay. I don't mind. It is what it is. Does the mob farm still work? No way. If it does, then we're golden. Let's check. What did I name you? But I'll figure it out. I'm home. Oh. We're able to go up. Cool. I'm home. Very well then, gentlemen. I want to thank you all so much for watching. And I hope you all enjoyed